Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another fragrance video. So today's video is going to be partially a blind buy haul, but not only. The main reason why I'm actually recording this video is to talk to you about the brand that seems very underappreciated, but it's actually really good and affordable at the same time. And this brand is Banana Republic. So I have 5 fragrances. 4 of them are complete blind buys. I mean, obviously I did do my research. I checked the notes on Fragrantica because I don't want my blind buys to be like completely blind. And still, even with checking those notes, sometimes it happens to me that I just buy something that I don't really like. So yeah, that's minimizing the risk. Okay, so I did blind buy 4 fragrances, and one of them is actually the one I've owned for a while, and I liked it so much that it was no brainer. I just needed more of them. Okay, so let's start, and I'm going to start with the fragrance I've owned for a while, and this is Dark Cherry and Amber. Just look at this bottle. Does it look to you like a cheap fragrance? Because it is cheap. I mean, not like super cheap, but this is 75 mils, and I'm pretty sure you can buy these fragrances for around like 25 pounds, something like that. So, you know, for that size, it's not expensive, right? And the bottle looks really good. It actually feels, it's very heavy. It's like really sturdy. Everything here seems really like nicely made. And this is such a beautiful scent. So this is mostly amber, you know, the cherry note is there, but it's not like super prominent. It's like hidden a little bit behind that kind of amber. It is a little bit woody. In the opening, you get a little bit of that Baccarat Rouge vibe. You know, there's a little bit of that. It's not like a dupe or anything like that. It's nothing like that. It's not that similar. But the opening itself has a little bit of resemblance to the Baccarat Rouge kind of opening. It is gorgeous, really. It's such a beautiful scent. It's actually quite unique. I just couldn't believe that this is so inexpensive. So let me read you the notes. Top notes here are sour cherry, pink freesia. Then we have middle notes, praline and cherry blossom. And then base notes, red amber and cedar. So yeah, so that's it. I mean, it's not like super complex, but it's really beautiful. Very beautiful ambery scent, and it is actually quite dark. So I think the name actually matches it perfectly, although I probably would name it Amber and Dark Cherry because the amber is the more prominent of these two. The cherry is actually very autumnal here, dark, syrupy. It's perfect for that season. So yeah, this is something I'm going to use a lot. Okay, so let's move on to the blind buys. All right, the first one I'm going to talk about is tobacco and a tonka bean, and this is the box that we're getting. The box is actually very sturdy, very like kind of like a stiff kind of cardboard packaging. The presentation is amazing, you know, for that price, really good. And then we have the same or very similar bottle. This one is actually purple, but everything is made so nicely. This looks like a niche brand, and I just can't believe it's so affordable. Okay, okay, so the notes here: Mirabelle plum and pear, these are the top notes. Then we have tobacco leaf and coconut in the middle notes, and then base notes, tonka bean and vanilla. And this is exactly what it is. This is like a very beautiful dark scent with a very prominent tobacco note. It has this like sweetness from like the tonka, and you have that detectable plum note, although again, the fruity note here, the plum note, is not like super overpowering, and it's not the first one that you can actually smell in here. It's like in the background. I mean, this is like a top note, but it actually hides in the background and actually lingers. So I actually really like that. This is very deep, dark kind of scent. It gives me a little bit of that, you know, jazz club vibe, probably because of that tobacco note. I think it's quite obvious. But yeah, this is actually really pretty. In my personal opinion, this one is not as unique as the Dark Cherry and Amber, but it's just as beautiful. Alright, the next one is going to be Oud Mosaic, and this one has number 17 on here, and that's not like any particular order or anything like that. This actually stands for like a date that was important for the brand. And you're going to see, if you just go and check Banana Republic fragrances, some of them have those numbers that don't really seem to make sense at first, but they are actually there to symbolize the date, the year that was important for the brand for some reason. So again, the presentation is very similar. The fragrances with the year, with the date, come in like a clear bottles. And I have to tell you, these bottles, like the clear bottles, seem give me like more masculine vibe. So as I mentioned before, all of these fragrances are unisex, but this one, being unisex, leans a little bit onto this masculine side, you know? It actually is a little bit more masculine than the other fragrances. The reason is probably how the oud is actually made. It's actually quite dry, it has some spices in it. There is a rose note here, there is some plum, but the spices in the opening and you know, the kind of like rough oud in it gives this fragrance like a very masculine vibe. Some people on Fragrantica say that this is a perfect introductory oud, like entry-level oud for people. I would say this could be a really nice one for men, but for most women it might be a little bit too strong to begin with. Okay, you kind of have to like your oud to be able to wear this. I like it, but it's still not my favorite oud scent. It's actually quite masculine on my skin. I just need to play with this a little bit longer before I probably will be able to appreciate it a bit more. Really pretty though, and let me just read you the notes again. So the top notes are the plum, cardamom and white pepper, hence spiciness. Middle notes, Turkish rose, saffron, labdanum. And then base notes, agarwood, which is oud, amber and musk. So this is how it looks. The oud is definitely the most prominent note in here, and yeah, I mean, I can't wait to use that a bit more. For me, everything with oud, or almost everything with oud, is actually perfect for autumn and winter, so now is the time to test it. Okay, where was I? Okay, the last fragrance from this kind of like line is Black Platinum. And I have this like a tiny bottle here because they usually send the fragrances in like two sizes, 75 ml and 15 ml. And I decided to get something like smaller because those 75 ml are actually massive. So I actually decided to get this one in a smaller size, and look how cute it looks. It's really pretty, right? So this is the one with number 6. And this one, let me tell you. Okay, this one again leans a little bit masculine, a little bit, not as much as the oud one, but a little bit. But this one smells like money, like, oh my god. This is such an inexpensive scent, but smells like money, like literally. Oh, this is beautiful, really. The notes here are top notes, pink pepper, cactus, lemon. Then we have middle notes, orange blossom, jasmine and moss. And then base notes, leather, amber and patchouli. This is quite a leathery scent, that's a fact, right? If you don't really like leathery note in your fragrances, don't buy it. But it's so unique and so pretty, really. So let me tell you, this little guy here does not smell like a cheap fragrance at all. It's, if anything, it's the opposite. It smells like a proper expensive stuff. I really like that one. Okay, so the last fragrance I'm going to talk about today is Banana Republic from a little different line. As you can see, the packaging is quite different. This is Rosewood. So I mean, here the cardboard is actually quite like, not like super flimsy, but you know, a regular cardboard thing. The bottle is actually quite cool. So this is how it looks. Yeah, I quite like the shape of it. The only problem is that this is going to take a lot of space on my vanity, and I don't really have space on my vanity, to be honest. Anyway, this fragrance, this is an interesting fragrance, okay? Because I'm going to read you the notes from Fragrantica first, because I think they're lying there. I mean, there is something wrong with that, because honestly, the notes are top notes, bergamot, that's it. Middle notes, tea, and then base notes, amber. 3 notes only. And how is that even possible? This smells so much more complex than these 3 notes only. I don't understand, like, I don't really understand how this can only be those 3 notes. This one is actually quite powdery, I would say. It seems a little bit woody to me. Like, there's no wood, there's nothing that could be powdery. I honestly don't know. This does not really seem to me like only these 3 notes together. It seems like there is like much more in here that remains a mystery. I don't know. I like it. I like it. It's like a really pleasant scent, very autumnal again. I think this powderiness kind of makes it very autumnal and wintry, because it's very like comforting scent that covers you like a blanket, you know, that type of scent. I really like that one, although this one is much more feminine, and that way is very different from the other fragrances, not only in the bottle but also like the kind of scent idea is a little bit different too. So there you go, these are my blind buys, and these are my pretty much the whole collection of my Banana Republic fragrances. What do you think? Have you tried any of those scents? If so, please let me know down in the comments below what you think about them, which one is your favorite, or maybe you actually tried something else from this brand that you love or hate. Let me know what you think about those fragrances down in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts about this particular brand. Thank you very much for watching. For more fragrance content, check those videos here. I mean, you can start with them and just continue with the other fragrance videos on this channel. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to see you very soon. Take care. Bye.